Ah, the first breath of life. So much to see, so much to do. Hey, who are you? You look like a commercial for Krispy Kreme. Well, I'm the mitochondrial DNA, while you are the nuclear DNA. But you're a circle. Why aren't you long and spiral like me? You see, I come from only the mother's genes, as you come from both parents' genes. So, what you're saying is you're only loved by one parent. That's why you're not straight, right? No, it doesn't work that way. The cell DNA is the original framework supplied by the parents, while the mitochondrial DNA is the infinite life supply, and it's maximized by the quantity of oxygen that is inhaled. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Sounds like just a scapegoat for not enough love. Common sense tells me that I have all the strength and talent as I have both parents backing me. But don't you see? Your strand has two ends, a beginning and an end. I have no ends. My life is immortal if you permit it. Just consider that 96% of the elements in the human body are derived from our respiration. Oh, whatever. Just watch all the things I can do with my life. Look out, Carbon World. Here I come. Go on your suicidal manic way, you undisciplined acorn. I'm just going to focus on the simplicity of a breath. Hey, Circle Boy, want to ride bikes? I will in due time, my silly friend, but for now, I'm working on my Zen. Meditation opens up your intellect. Well then, my glowing bonsai buddy, want to come inside and play video games? No thanks, my barely blossoming bud. Electronics rapidly reduce my oxygen intake, thereby raising carbon dioxide levels. Quite a toxic existence. Your brain will become as hot as a car battery in the dead of winter. Gee whiz. Maybe if he was straight, he wouldn't be such a dork. Hey, save me some of those Doritos. You think I want to maintain a pH level like Circle Boy? An acid life rather than an alkaline life is the only way to go. Hey, Circle Boy, it's time to take a break from tree hugging. Try to be cool for once and come over and do a beer bong. No thank you, my debaucherous cub. Alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes are carcinogens, kill brain cells, and lower polarity as they minimize oxygen to your cells. Cancer and many other diseases flourish in a low oxygen environment. Anyway, I am thoroughly content with my present company. What a dweeb! But he is a chick magnet. I don't get it. Hey, give me a toke of that bong. Last thing I want is high intelligence and to become a geeky Buddha like Circle Boy. Unlock your intelligence, my reefer rascally rabbit friend. Carbon is like a drug, and your eyes depend on it to remain open, generating poisonous beta and gamma brainwaves. This snowball effect becomes a brutal addiction, and infusing your life with mass is the only way to feed the dependency. Enhanced mitochondrial fission, spawned from oxygen, increases synapse formation. Allow your mind to come alive. Hey, Circle Boy, why am I always working like a slave and you always seem to have time to sniff the breeze? You see, young grasshopper, it's not about working harder. It's about conserving your energy and working efficiently. As your oxygen intake increases, your mitochondrial count increases, thereby vastly increasing the engines in your cells. You become invincible. My brain is way too cluttered with the thought of making money to digest that medical mumbo jumbo. Cookies and fragments seem to swarm my neurons. You enjoy that tofu platter sprinkled with Brussels sprouts, while I find myself an artery-clogging bacon cheeseburger. Suit yourself, my saturated fat friend. Mitochondrial fusion and fission guarantee a stoic existence. Oxidation is optional in a human life. Hey, Circle Boy, why is your family always luminous like a disco ball? You always seem to have energy. If it weren't for Red Bull, I wouldn't be able to crawl out of bed. On top of that, I need antidepressants to keep a smile on my face, mood stabilizers to keep me level-headed, Pepsid to control acid reflux, fiber pills to empty my bowels, and Viagra to pitch a tent. What gives? Your oxygen supply is depleting rapidly, which reduces your mitochondrial count, giving you less engines to fight. Oxidation is accelerating rapidly from within. Stop. Close your eyes. Envision the respiration circulating throughout your bloodstream. No time, my feng shui friend. Kids have soccer practice. I have to cut the lawn and I need to sneak into the office this weekend as I never seem to have enough money. You can keep your granola gargling life. When you are 6 feet under, my unripe grape, you will have all the time in the world. Gravity always wins with a carbon-based life. Okay, Circle Boy, I'm just in a quandary. I have all the money in the world, but I look like the Grim Reaper. You look like you're getting your first zit and are more handsome than a prince. If your mitochondrial count is increasing, it is impossible to age. As you increase your morphic field, gravity becomes irrelevant. Reduction is the only physics humans need to embrace. And you've never been sick a day in your life. Disease are using my body like an amusement park. When your mitochondrial count is low, sugars ferment, turning to acid and gas rather than energy. Your body becomes a feeding ground for disease and illness. Oxygen removes carbon dioxide from your hemoglobin, supplying your mitochondria a pure energy source to spur an electrical storm of fission. Oh, why bother? It's too late. I'm hacking up a lung with every breath. Every time I fart, I have to change my shorts. There's fungus all over my toes, and I already have 1 foot in the grave. It's never too late, my neurotic morbid friend. At any point in your life, you can reverse the mitochondrial count in your cells. I beg of you, close your eyes and visualize a long inhale and exhale flowing from your lungs to your brain. If I close my eyes, I probably will never wake up. Enough of the graveyard garbage. Allow oxygen to take over your body. Oxidation is for rotting bananas and rusting steel. Seize Albert Einstein's wisdom of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. It's time to reverse your thinking. Transform to a paradigm shift of a pure energy existence. Allow the breath to start your new life. Theta, brainwaves to nirvana.
Yes, I understand that every life must end. As we sit alone, I know someday we must go on. Oh, I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks just have one, yeah, others they got none. Stay with me, oh, let's just breathe. Practiced on my sins, never gonna let me win. Under everything, just another human being. Yeah, I don't wanna hurt. There's so much in this world to make me bleed. Stay with me, all I see. Did I say that I need you? Did I say that I want you? Or if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, I wonder every day as I look upon your face. Everything you gave and nothing you would take on. Nothing you would take. Every